In this section, we're going to look at Hammurabi's code and what it tells us about the religion of the people in Babylonia. What did people believe and who were their gods? The document reads, "When Anu the Sublime and Bel, the Lord of heaven and earth, who decreed the fate of the land, assigned to Marduk, the overruling son of Ea, god of righteousness, power over earthly man, and made him great. They called him Babylon by his celebrated name, made it great on earth, and founded an everlasting kingdom in it. Then Anu and Bel called by name me, Hammurabi, the exalted prince, who feared God to bring about the rule of righteousness in the land, to destroy the wicked and the evildoers, so that the strong should not harm the weak, so that I should rule over the black-headed people like Shamash, and enlighten the land, to further the well-being of mankind." Let's break this down a little bit further. From this, I can assume that Anu the Sublime, Bel, Marduk, and Ea are all gods. So I'm going to highlight those because they are going to be the gods that I may need to go back to later. In addition to this, I can tell that the greatest god of all of those four is Anu because he uses the word sublime, which means greatest. Now, I know that Bel is the Lord of heaven and earth. So he is the one who is looking at the fate of the land, meaning that he is the one that's kind of deciding what happens on earth. In addition to that, Ea, who is the god of righteousness, has power over earthly man, meaning that he has the power to make some men great and some men not great. They called Babylon by his celebrated name, made it great on earth. What I can understand from this is that Babylon was going to be made great by the gods, and they established an everlasting kingdom, meaning a kingdom that would last forever. It was Anu and Bel that were assigned Hammurabi to become the ruler, the exalted prince. The word exalted means grand or highly thought of. So Anu and Bel declared that Hammurabi would become the leader of the land, because he feared God. Hammurabi's role would to bring about the rule of righteousness into the land. Righteousness means what is right and what is wrong. To destroy the wicked and evildoers, so that the strong should not harm the weak, so that I should rule over the black-headed people like Shamash. All this is saying here is that the people in the Middle East or in this Babylonian area had black hair, and that he would enlighten the land. This means that he would attempt to educate the people. What this tells us is a lot that Hammurabi's code was inspired by the gods who gave him the rule of righteousness through the powers of Ea. Hammurabi's code would then serve to destroy the wicked and evildoers and ensure that the weak would not be harmed by the strong. This also would enlighten the land overall and, in a way, educate them about how the well-being of mankind can be furthered by following these codes. In general, what this tells us about Hammurabi's code is that Hammurabi's code was inspired by the gods. Hammurabi received this code from his divine inspiration from the gods of Anu, Bel, Ea, and Marduk. According to this document also, they are polytheistic because there's multiple gods that are given there. The other thing that we can tell about religion from this document is that these gods would divinely inspire the government, and that the government had a very strong influence from the religious leaders who were interpreting the rulings and the words of the gods.